Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to one more book launch event. My name is Shalu Rajput, and I am the host for today on behalf of Adhyyan Books. मैं आशा करती हूँ हमारे नए ऑथर्स से मिलके उनके बुक्स के बारे में जान के आपको काफी पसंद आ रहा होगा. So please tell us in comment section. We are waiting for your comments. So basically आज हम जिस बुक के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं उसका नाम है अ कॉमन मैन. एंड इस किताब के जो ऑथर हैं उनका नाम है प्रदीप टेलर. सो प्रदीप टेलर जी वाज बोर्न इन 1973 इन मुंबई एंड ही फेस्ड सो मेनी challenges in his childhood, but with his hard work, he did lots of hard work in studies and jobs as well. He got an opportunity to work in Dubai and in other countries as well. With determination, he became chief operating officer in a company, and then he started his own business. So now let's move and let's talk about his book. So basically, the objective of the book for the reader is that all of us so-called common people with living simple living, actually managing our day-to-day activity and forgetting about our past, where the story is getting inbuilt for every step in our life. So it assumes that it's just as usual. So, however, sometimes one can find it interesting to read about it, think about it, and talk about it. So, basically, the story is rather ordinary and typical, much like many others. It is a story of regular people who have worked hard and achieved things in their life. So, basically, the book called Common Man tells us the story of a common man's struggle and triumphs. So now let's welcome Pradeep Tailor ji and let's know about him.
Hello,
Okay, hello, sir. Hello. How are you? How are you?
thank you, Shalu, for having this event for my book launch, and all those who are present here. Uh, Thank you for joining. Myself, Pradeep Tailor, and I'm your common man.
Definitely, definitely, sir. Okay. So first of all, I would like to congratulate you that आपकी book Amazon पे आ गई है, launch हुई है. How you are feeling? We would like to know this thing first of all.
So, Shalu, as you may know, actually, this is my debut book. This is my first book. Actually, I've never written any book before, and this is the
Okay.
first the initiative which I've taken to write a book. And when I came across with Adhyyan Publication House for publishing the book, I had lots of questions in my mind, but I said, let me try and do it, and I
Definitely.
started. I moved on actually, and uh, when they uh, when they launched it on Amazon, and I believe a couple of weeks back, actually, it was the number one bestseller on Amazon. So it's a great experience, and I really feel proud of it. Thank you.
डेफिनेटली सर, डेफिनेटली एक्चुअली अपने काम को ऐसे बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे देखना इट्स वेरी वेरी प्लेजरेबल. बहुत खुशी होती है अपने काम को. डेफिनेटली इतनी मेहनत करके आपने बुक लिखी है उसके बाद वो पूरा ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म पे है, अमेजोन प्लेटफॉर्म पे, तो दैट्स आई मीन द डिफिकल्ट फीलिंग. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा हो आपको. डेफिनेटली. सो लेट्स
Yes.
स्टार्ट नाउ एंड अभी हम क्या करते हैं कि अभी हम आपके बुक के बारे में बात करना शुरू करते हैं ताकि हमारे जो व्यूअर्स हैं वो जो आपके बुक को लेके एक्साइटेड है. डेफिनेटली उसका आपने टैगलाइन इतना अच्छा रखा है, अ कॉमन मैन, तो उसके लिए डेफिनेटली सब लोग एक्साइटेड होंगे. तो उसके बारे में हम बात करते हैं. ओके.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's move further. And firstly, I would like I would like to know, like, what has inspired to write this book. I mean, the name is Common Man. वो उसको पढ़ के ही मेरे को ही इनफैक्ट एक्साइटिंग लग रहा है वो, कि आपको कहाँ से मतलब उसकी प्रेरणा मिली लिखने के लिए.
Yeah. See, Shalu, particularly first about the name, a common man.
Hmm.
So, and the inspiration behind this for writing the book. Whenever we friends come together, or the colleagues or other people, and when we talk about our journey, what we did, how we did, and what are we doing actually. So a lot of people appreciate it, saying that, "अरे, it's such an good story. आप इसको लिख से क्यों नहीं, आप इसका बुक क्यों नहीं बनाते? Why don't you publish it? Let many people come to know." And I always had this feeling that, "अरे, the book writing and all these things is a basically creative work of all those who success successful in their life, those rich people, you know, someone who has an interesting story in his life, like MS Dhoni or Sachin Tendulkar, and they can write their autobiography. What we did is just common. Everyone does it actually. So we said, क्या उसमें क्या book लिखना? But then one day I thought, why can't we also say our story to people? And if someone, it's like there are so many people, and even few of them get inspired by what we have done in our life, it would be a great experience, and it's good for others also to basically, be part of it. And that is where I got inspired, and I thought, let me write a book about my story, which has little bit of interest, which I'm, maybe the reader will have some interest in my story and will take some inspiration out of it. And that is where I basically started writing this book. So I wrote the book, and then I asked Adhyyan publication to basically publish it. So that
Yes.
is what inspiration. It's a common man story. I always say common because it's a story of you, me, and everyone. It is
Yeah.
nothing special. There is no rosy picture in it. There is no big entertainment or anything. It's a common factor which all of us goes through in our life. Common people who struggle in their life. Uh, Many of them get success. Many of them don't get success. The journey of the fighting to get success in the life continues, and that's the story of common people, and
Understood.
that's my book.
Understood, sir. Okay. So I would like to know one thing, like how was the journey in, like the education journey? I am excited to know that. आपने बताया कि आपके friends ने, like they helped, उन्होंने थोड़ी inspiration बने वो आपके. So how was your education journey?
So see, actually, if I talk about my journey, I'm born in a very humble family. We
Okay.
were like, like uh, humble family in Mumbai, and the initial phase of our life was a lot of struggle. So there was not a very big inspiration we had. कि what do we do in education? So, like I'm talking about sometime in 90s, early 90s, people used to say, 10वीं पास हो गया तो बस हो गया अभी बस then get on the job छोटा मोटा काम कर लो, and that is where the life goes on actually. And it was same with me actually. I just finished my 10th education, and until 10th when I got educated, I was also not that great in studies. uh, People might say with proud that they get 80% marks,
Yeah,
90%
exactly.
marks. I feel proud to say that I got hardly 45% marks when I appeared for my 10th exams. And, after and luckily I got passed, so that's a big thing. So,
Exactly.
great in studies, but I somehow got passed in my 10th standard with around 45% marks. And after that, people said, "Abhi kya karna hai? So let's get on some work because a humble family struggle is going on. Uh, you need to give little bit of financial support to your family." So people started, let's get on the work. So I also thought, अभी पढ़ाई में तो ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है नहीं, तो कुछ काम ही कर लेते हैं.
Exactly.
So at that time, this radio TV repairing was a very good job actually. People used to say
Okay.
radio TV repairing is a big thing, and if you learn how to repair all these things, you can make good money. So I started
Exactly.
working in one of the radio TV repairing shop to basically, but that was somehow was not my cup of interest, or like it was not interesting me much. So I did it for almost 6 7 months, and then I said, forget it, I don't want to continue with it. I left it, came home again. As you mentioned, my name is Pradeep Tailor. So Tailor is basically a community which belongs from tailoring work, and
Okay.
yeah, so we belong from that family of Darjis.
Okay.
So people said, Abhi, it is better to follow the uh, tradition of becoming a tailor.
Exactly.
So
Tradition of the family, basically.
So I went on to do some tailoring course. I did it almost 8 9 months. I did tailoring course. I had relatives who had tailoring shops, so I went and also did some practice there. But again, it was somehow was not my interest actually. I never had such interest in either radio, TV, or tailoring. So I said, forget it. After working for almost 7, 8 months, going for the classes, I stopped it. Then actually what happened is like all my friends who were like around 2 years behind me, so I passed 10th earlier than them, and they eventually passed their 10th studies, and they started going to college. Every day evening we used to meet. People used to talk about things, good things, how they are enjoying their college life and all. So I thought, "Arey, it's just college life is so much of interest. It's like I was getting jealous of all my friends. Everyone is going in college, enjoying their life, and I did not have to. I was just sitting at home, and that is where it stuck to me. I went to uh, I consulted with one of my cousin. This I already mentioned in my book. So I consulted with one of my cousin, Ashwin Parmar. He is right now in Netherlands, heading Europe as a Infosys head. So I consulted with him. I said, Ashwin, I also want to do study. What to do here? Tell me. They said, yeah, you can do it. You already passed 10. So why don't you just apply the government forms? It is there. I said, yeah, it is possible. After 2 years, they said, yeah, why don't you try? And that is where I filled my form for the college admission after 2 years of my break from 10th. After like I guess I passed my 10th in 1988, and 1990 where I went to I applied for college admission and I got the admission. There is also a journey actually how I got the admission. Very
Exactly. It
interesting.
must be.
Yeah. So after 2 years, when I went for an admission, you know, so when there was a form in which you have to fill which college you want to, so I decided to fill the name of the college which is the lowest most. I said, yeah, let me get an admission to a college where the study will be less and there won't be much of a headache. Otherwise, I won't be able to become. I must add here also that I did my 10th studies from Gujarati medium. So I
Okay.
studied in Gujarati medium, and if I tell you this, until fifth standard we did not even had English as a language to study. Actually,
Okay. Okay.
after fifth I studied English as a language,
Okay.
and then to go into college where English is the main language. So I filled a form where uh, it's the lowest most college where the study will be less, and got an admission in Santa Cruz, one of the college which is Podar. And when I went for admission, the principal said to me that please call your parents because we cannot give you admission. You have already taken 2 years break, and how are you going to cope up with the studies and all? We want to meet and discuss with your parents. Very interesting. I said if I will go home and tell my mom that I want to go in college, no one is going to believe me because I have already wasted 2 years doing radio, TV repair, then tailoring course. I said if I go and tell them, they will kill me. That you're going to waste another couple of years of your time. So I decided
Exactly.
to go to my sister. She was staying that time in Shalu only, my elder sister. I went to her and I requested her, Pravina, please join me. I want you to help me to go to this, meet this principal and convince him that I can study well. So she came to me. You asked me this question. This is going to take a little longer time for me to explain you because this is an interesting part of how my story is turned actually. So
Exactly.
I took my sister to college and she came with me and the principal said, he has already taken 2 years break, so the study will be little difficult for him. So you have to take an extra classes and you have to pay some 25,000 rupees for a classes. At that time, 25,000 rupees was very big amount, and how to manage
Exactly.
was a big challenge. My sister was very quick. She said, "Forget it. There's nothing to be done. You're going to waste another 25,000 in studies. Come on, let's go from here." I said, wait, let me. So I requested the principal, please, give me admission. I will try my best to study and cope up with the studies. And I don't know, somehow the principal changed his mind and he gave me the admission. And that is where I got admission in my 11th standard. And that is where the journey of my studies continued.
Okay.
Somehow
Okay.
it was the magic or what is it? I really don't know until now that after that I started developing so much interest in studies that I used to study day and night actually in books. In 11th and 12th, I did study well. I passed with good numbers, and that is where that is what has helped me to get graduated, and I finished my graduation. So this
That's
is the
amazing.
journey of my education. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
failed
pretty
and then
interesting.
failed and then continued studying.
Exactly, it is pretty interesting. Very nice, sir. Okay, so I want to know the struggle of your early age. Like when you were young, so definitely there were so many struggles. As like पहले के time पे ऐसा होता था. So I would like to know something about that in detail. So can you please tell me that?
Shalu, I'll tell you early age, as I told you earlier also, we are a family, humble family. It's like,
Yeah.
initial stage, there was a lot of struggle. Like, it's like
Hmm.
we are a family of four of us, for my elder brother, elder sister, myself, and my younger sister. And we were staying in a very, I would say, hardly 100 square feet tall. That is where we used to stay and everyone have to work. So it's like if I tell you I started working when I was at the age of around 12 years, maybe.
Hmm.
So my initial work, what I like, you cannot do big things, but I started doing distributing newspaper in the morning. So we used to go to Kurla. I don't know if you know the place called Kurla in Mumbai. So we used to collect newspaper early morning. We used to wake up at around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Whether it is rain, whether it is cold, whether it is hot, whichever weather, 365 days a year, you have to do that job. Actually, you get only two holidays. One is during the Ganpati, and one is I think during the Independence time. So every day by default, without even a single break, whether you like it, you don't like it, whether you are sick, not sick, but you have to do this job. So to pick up the newspaper in the morning and then is to distribute across Kurla and Kalina and Santa Cruz. It's close to approximately 7-8 kilometers of the radius is to distribute the newspaper. So that is how we used to struggle. It was really crazy that time, but I think that is this all this hard work has given us a lot of strength to basically do what we are today and what we are doing. We also do, supari, the petal nut cuts.
Yeah,
We used to
exactly.
cut. So like when we were very small, so we used to cut that with a sharp knife, and at times we used to even cut fingers, but you had no choice to stop. You have to finish your job. So you know,
Exactly.
so the life that time was
Very difficult.
great,
Definitely.
but at the same time, lot of struggle.
Exactly. Very difficult, sir. Very difficult. Totally understandable. Okay. So, as you were just telling your early age, like the struggle or difficulties, whatever you can say. So, I just want to know something about your journey of your life. So, can you please tell me that? In fact, definitely people who are seeing us, they are also excited to know about your journey. And also, I want to tell you, if you have noticed, there are lots of congratulations for your new book. So you can thank them as well.
So all those who are watching, because I also circulated messages on my group
Yeah,
to all my friends that
exactly.
today is going to be the book launch event. Luckily, many of my friends bought the book. They also distributed to their people to read and get inspired. So, thanks to all my friends, all my well wishers. I'm, I'm really grateful to have all of them in my life. So that is
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
thanks. And if I talk about my journey, So my journey is very simple. It is hard work, hard work, and hard work. We have been doing hard work at the age of 12 years. After that, when we finished that hard work during the studies, I talk about the study, but during that time also when I used to study, I used to early morning go distribute the newspaper, then go to college, then in between also used to do the work, and then until night we used to work. So it was hard work. After graduation, I got an opportunity to work in a couple of companies in India, and luckily I got an opportunity to work in Dubai, and I flew to Dubai, and that is where the further journey started actually. So that is how the journey is actually.
That's really amazing. When I heard your words, like in the beginning stage of your life, that is the infant or like the childhood, basically you did lots of hard work, like distributing newspaper and all these things. This is very struggleful, right? And apart from that, you need to study as well. But when you see yourself today, और आज आप कहाँ पे हैं and you I mean I can't even imagine the person who just distributed the newspaper to the world, to the family, to the like in the city basically. आज वो दुबई and so many other countries में आपने work किया है. You are such a like great inspiration. आजकल जैसे people like the teenagers, they are just falling कि हमने नहीं पढ़ पा रहे तो कैसे होगा. बट बिना पढ़ाई के भी इनफैक्ट आजकल बहुत स्मार्ट वर्क की जरूरत है एक कॉमन मैन को स्पेशली. Or they can take the definitely the inspiration from you, I think.
Yes, right. Right.
Okay.
See, it's very simple actually. I always say the key to success is one is hard work,
Yeah.
second is your luck. Okay, so this both thing has to
Exactly.
be there. But on the top of it, as you correctly mentioned, study is very important because
Hmm.
I, I'm still thinking that if I would have stopped my study, continued to do the tailoring work or maybe
Exactly.
the radio TV repairing work, I don't know where would I have been actually by now. It is the only thing what I did is I study, and that is what the path which has given me, some sign of signal where that this is the way to go, and which I followed it, and where I am today actually, what am I?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Okay, sir. So for your information, I'm just telling कि मैंने भी आपके बुक पढ़ी है थोड़ा सा. I have gone through it. So I mean I found some hilarious movement over there. Okay. So you have mentioned in the book. So I want to know how like how real they are. Can you please tell us?
Yeah. So, Shalu, I'll tell you, it's like when I was writing this book, as I said, we are a common people actually. So common people के life में तो खाली
Yeah.
struggle होगा. So if I will write only struggle in my book, people will might get bored and say, hey, what is this? You've been talking about. So that is where I thought, let me put some hilarious moment also, which has actually happened in our life. It's a couple of them which I mentioned. So as I mentioned to you, I flew to Dubai. The first 3 years in Dubai, I worked for a company called Key Information Technology. Uh, you know, that time also, the struggle continued because Key Information Technology was basically a company where the salary and other things were not that great. But yeah, there were a lot to learn, and that is where we met with a few good friends, and along with friends living bachelor, so there is a lot of fun. One of the moment which I have mentioned in my book, that these two all cook together actually in the kitchen, and we had a lady who was like staying next door, so we used to always see, my wife might be also watching this video, so I can say here that she was a pretty lady, and we all used to admire her. So whenever we were cooking, we used to keep an eye on her. And one day she rang the bell, and she called me. Are you a cook? I said, yes, I am, because I am cooking. So she said, okay, great. So why don't you come and cook at my home? I said, what?
Okay.
Well, I said, no, no, I'm not that cook. I'm not working as a cook. I'm just cooking for ourselves.
Myself,
Oh,
yeah.
and then, then it was a setback. Later on, we all felt, let's say, "Oh, you are a fool! You should have said yes. I'm cook. And I can come and cook at your home as well. Actually, at least we would have got chance to be with her for some time." And that was such a funny time. There was also one funny thing which I mentioned in my book. We had a friend. His name is Atul Raizada, and I call him Sardar. I mention about him also in the book. I call him Sardar. Sardar, not the turban one Sardar. He is Sardar. And why we should
Like,
call him Sardar? There is a reason to it. So this guy used to crack so many jokes. At times, we used to think, "Arey, what kind of brain he has? That where does he get all this kind of thoughts?" And one of the incident is like I mentioned in the book is one day he got cordless phone. At that time we had used to have cordless phone. So he got the cordless phone, and I said, "Let's try to see the network of the cordless phone." So we connected the cordless phone on this thing, and then we asked him from his mobile, "Atul, please call the number and call the cordless phone and check how good is the strength." So he called from his mobile on the cordless phone. We were holding the cordless phone, and we said, "Okay, go outside the door and see how good is the network." He with his mobile went to door and said, "Hello, hello, आवाज आ रही है?" He said, "आवाज is very clear. Please go little more far." He went to the building down, calling, "Hello, hello, आवाज is clear?" Yeah, we said, "Very clear." He said, "Please go further far." He went almost close to 500 meters on the street and calling, "Hello, hello, is the आवाज आ रही है?" He said, "आवाज is very clear, my friend. Did you realize what it is? We were
yes,
holding this phone here, and he was carrying his mobile, and he was going far and far and far, and it
yes,
was
yes.
this kind of serious movement. We also had one of the incident which I mentioned in my book is one of the birthday party we had actually of one of my friend, and used to that young time I used to drink and have party and all this thing. And one day, actually, one of the friends got little high. He used to stay with another friend. And in the night, around 2 o'clock, he came with a knife, holding, saying that, "Please listen to me, otherwise I will do something to me." He said, "What
Okay.
happened to you? Please listen to me, listen to me." And then he kept the knife on his stomach and saying that, "If you guys don't listen to me," we were all like shit scared. We said, "Oh, please hold it." So he had some fight with his friend, and
Okay, okay, okay.
really crazy, crazy things we used to happen that time.
Exactly.
While it
Exactly.
was struggle, while it was a hard work, but at the same time we had all this lighter moment in our life which has kept us alive,
Yeah.
laughing and enjoying after.
Exactly. इनफैक्ट फ्रेंड्स के साथ का टाइम एक अलग ही होता है सर डेफिनेटली.
I always say that if I will get ever a chance to live one more life, I want to live that 2 3 years which I spent in Dubai with my friends.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Okay. So moving forward, I want to know like what is your future plan? I mean, अभी तक का तो आपने बताया your childhood, आपने adulthood क्या क्या किया, what was the struggle, कहाँ पहुँचे. So we would like to know about your future as well. I mean, what is the plan?
So, Shalu, as I will quickly go again because maybe I, so struggle at the beginning, then studies, then work in Dubai. Then I worked in a company called Supermax Malhotra Group,
Yeah.
almost close to 18 years. If you talk about future plan, we exited from Supermax after giving them a good private equity deal, and we moved on in our life. And the future plan is right now we are all entrepreneurs and we are trying to do something better in the future.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Okay. So what do you plan to do as charity from this book?
So I basically thought of it that I don't want to earn from my story actually. Whatever is like if people buy this book, whatever they spend, I would like to use that money for a right cause, and that is where I thought that I will spend this money. to give to one of the charitable trusts, which is Riddhi City Charitable Trust in Mumbai. They work for the orphans. So I'm going to basically donate whatever money. And
That's amazing.
as I mentioned about the struggle and other things in life, so it is not only I alone who has struggled. Along with me, my family, especially
Definitely.
my elder brother, he has done more struggle than all of us actually. Like as I
So
mentioned
my
previously,
my next question, it would be my next question actually. Tell us something about your family as well.
great. I am skipping you. So as I as I was telling, so my elder brother has done more struggle than us. So like they were a family of four of us: elder brother, elder sister, myself, and my younger sister. My father was used to work in cotton mill, and he was a kind of person who used to bunk job many times. Like महीने में 10-12 दिन छुट्टी मार देते थे for many reasons. And was like mother was an housewife, so they always to fight why you are not going to home, and there were clashes all the time at home. And in between, he got an heart attack. Luckily, he survived the heart attack, but it gives him more reason for not to work, and he stopped working. My brother, who was at that time maybe around 14, 13, 14 years, and all the responsibility of family came on him. My brother, Raju Bhai, he was great in studies. And he was in his 10th standard in our school. People used to say that that year maybe the board will be topped by by our school, and it will be only done by Raju Bhai.
Yeah.
We in our school were always called Raju Bhai's brothers and sisters. Actually. Like, no one would know in our school to us by our name. They used to always know us by Raju Bhai brothers and sisters like that. And eventually, during this time when my dad got an attack and Raju has to work hard, he used to work day and night in couple of in the firm where they used to match the film to subsidy or something. I don't remember exactly. He used to work there, and he had to basically literally give up on his studies and work for the family, and eventually he could not get succeed in his studies. My sister was also has also worked hard during that time to support the family. As I said about me, also I did work in distributing newspaper as well. So we all, like all our my brothers, sisters, we all worked very hard to survive, and luckily today we all are settled in our own life. Uh,
Yeah.
Hard work
That's
has always been there.
That's wonderful stuff. Okay. So already मैं बहुत questions आपसे पूछ चुकी हूँ, but I would like to know one more question. Like after reading this book, कुछ viewers है, readers है जिन्होंने आपकी book पढ़ी होगी. So what kind of feedback you are getting?
So the feedback what I have got from my friends, whoever has read this book, they really like it. They said that it is a good story, and one of my like not one, two, three friends of mine who runs the big industries actually, and in their offices they bought around 20 books and distributed to their staff so that please go and read this and get inspired. The success to for the future is only that you have to work hard. Okay, and it's like there is no other option. So that is what they did, and everyone has appreciated it. Okay, so it's a great thing. And in my book, when you go into detail, there is a lot of hard work. When in Dubai, when I used to work, it was not that easy actually. It was a hard work which we did, and that is the hard work which has helped me to move forward in my career, in my life. I got another job, and so it is always a hard work. Actually. And I've come across many such people also who has really done hard work in their life. I mentioned one of the person who I always call. He is my elder brother, Ajay Bindu. I always mention about him. His life is also a story of inspiration to many of them. Maybe if one day he will write a book, it will be a big success and must read because he's a Kashmiri Pandit and then they moved out from Kashmir and how he's worked hard and he's a great person, a great visionary. I always admire him and I dedicated this book to him and to my ex boss, Rocky Malhotra. These are the guys who has really helped me in my career.
Okay, definitely. It's very nice to talk to you, sir. Okay, so if our audience wants to connect with you, definitely someone that आपसे बात करना चाहे कोई भी, so how can they connect with you?
See, connect in the sense, it's like I am just a common man. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan. I'm not a, politician. There is a number which is flashing on the screen. You can
Yeah,
call me, and I'm just a call away. Actually, many of my friends and relatives when they need some advice for their kids, they connect with me. What do you think? What should we do? How they should proceed about their future studies, further studies. So I keep them advising only one thing: there is no shortcut in life. Everyone have to do a hard work, and that's it. Nothing. It's like life is not simple. I always believe one thing: in life there is no shortcut. If there is a if you are doing a hard work, then only you will get success. If you take a shortcut, it means you are going to fall somewhere.
exactly,
Yeah,
definitely,
like
definitely.
shortcut is not the way to get success. Maybe at the
Totally.
initial when you move on your life, initially you will have struggle, but yes, if you do it properly with integrity, the success will be yours. And I think that is where the most important things comes. When you do everything yourself, today what I did, everything is we did it from scratch. So we are proud of it. I can talk about it, I can write about it, and that is what basically inspired me also to do further in my life.
Exactly, exactly, sir. So now we are just putting your, like the link of the book so that people can purchase it और वो उसको अच्छे से पढ़ सके, inspire हो सके. Okay. So thank you so much, Pradeep ji. It's very, like wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Shalu, for hosting this launch event. Before we close, there are names which I need to mention about all those who has been part of my journey. At somewhere or somehow who has helped me, and so it's like I must mention about them. Uh, the first, as I said, about my visionary brother Ajay Bindu, our ex-boss Rocky Malhotra. These are the people who has really. Uh, when I talk about Rocky Malhotra, I can also mention few things about he's such a person. When I first joined Supermax Malhotra Group, and the way he basically asked me go to US, go to South Africa, and I was thinking, what is this kind gentleman talking about? Taking me to all world. So that kind of great vision he has, and I was I would say I was lucky to work with him for some time. My colleague Adhyyan Books is also who has a great vision. Is to always think about big, and I always tell people that if you are not able to see the vision for the future, then follow someone who is seeing the vision. That is where the success is. And I'm working with him even as of now. At times we also have debate. Sometimes we also fight, but there is love and respect always there for him. Uh, I must also mention about my wife. She has been a great support all the
Yeah.
time. It's like whatever I did. You did not ask me about my some adventure which I did it in Prague. So that
Okay.
is
Okay. So you
like
can tell me now. That's totally fine.
yeah. So I can mention it here. It's like when I was in Prague, I used to head the business for Europe for Malhotra Group, and there are two incidents I can mention here. One is where I got into a wrong habit of gambling, because Prague is a place where the Casino Royale movie has shot. So I got an opportunity to even play in that Casino
That's
Royale,
wonderful.
and during that time, due to those wrong habits, I also lost some money. And one fine day, I came home and told my wife that I lost money, and she was not knowing about that I had this habit, and she consoled me saying that, why are you worried? It was not your money. Whatever you lost is lost. It was not yours. So why are you crying? So that kind of great support she gave me at that time when it was most required, most needed. So I always thank her to be in my life. I also would like to thank my friends who has been there, a kind support. My friends in Dubai, Atul, Rajesh, Sanjay, Sunil. I also want to thank my friends in India who has been always a kind. We are friends since the college days. Rupesh, Sonia, Suresh, Dharmesh. These are the friends who, it's like, in life when you make friends, make friends only during some time, and then they are always there in whole of your journey. You don't make friends every day. So these are
Definitely.
friends I have made during my life. About the family, I already mentioned Raju Bhai, my great
Yeah.
brother, sister Pravina, my younger sister Geeta, my brother-in-law Bharat Kumar, Deepak Kumar. So these are the people in my life who has helped and supported us in whatever we do actually, or whatever I am doing, whatever. And one more thing, the most important thing which I am going to forget. Whatever I am today is also due to my mother. She is no more in this world, but her blessings are always there with us. She taught us one thing very clearly, that in life you have to work. Trust me, my mother was such a hard work lady. She always taught us one thing very clearly, that in life you all have to work. Without work, you are not going to get anything. I remember when at times when I was talking about the newspaper and all these things, she was always a force. Oh, go! You have to work. Whatever small work or big work, whatever you do, you have to work. And
Exactly.
full of her blessings and her advices, you know, we are here today.
Absolutely, that's true. Actually, the words were true, which was said by your mom. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We need to
And
do
also
work.
I mentioned few things about in my book is that in life you are just a medium. So luckily in my life I got an opportunity to help and do things for many of my friends and colleagues and a lot of people. And I always say that we are just a medium. It is through us that someone has got some success. We got blessings from our parents, God, and and their blessings. Through their blessings, we have basically had many people. So that is also I have mentioned in my book, which is an interesting part of my book to read actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, I have read that. Okay. Okay. So that's really amazing. That's really amazing talking to you. And thank you so much for joining this event. Thank you so much, sir.
Great, Shalu. Thank you again to you and Adhyyan Books for hosting this event. And I'm looking forward for more such events, because I have given a tagline to my book. Every life has a story. So you
Exactly.
did not ask about my future plan, or you asked. So let me mention here. I've written that every has a story. So this was my story in this book. The next project which I'm thinking to work on is to put the story of other people in my book. So there are a lot of such common people has a very interesting story, you know. But they are also thinking, what is it? It's like our story is just common, forget it. I'm just
Exactly.
trying to, collect all those stories and trying to write a book, which will be my next project when I will get time. I'll write a book
That's amazing, sir. Great.
many such interesting people with their story, their life. it has to be a book that one can read about, and it can be stay there as a story for many to get inspired.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for telling each and everything to us. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video. Please buy my
Exactly.
book so we will be able to do more of charity work. Whatever it would be great if my story will help someone somewhere. You know, by getting something in their life, it will be more than privilege for me actually to have this written this book. So efforts to write this book will only be get succeed when people will buy this book, and that money can be used for doing this charity for the anath child. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining this link. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and share this video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.